Interesting. He steps aside and bows. Go ahead then. You are letting me go. I would like to see this planned as it may without any strings attached. Chapter 10, The Mermaid's Voice. I stop in my tracks to see Sir Mithras standing just in front of the main door to the throne room. He looks at me expectantly as I reapproach. Sir Mithras? Good evening, Your Highness. Such a lovely night tonight, isn't it? Only half an hour left before you turn 18. Do not forget our deal, Princess. Come midnight, I will be requesting your aid in exchange for the prince's for helping the prince break his curse. I clench my hands into tight fists. Helping the prince break his curse? Rod is killing someone. That is not what I wanted. Get. He's gonna kill someone. Why do you look like he's gonna kill you? Bella, your name is Jezebel, not Viorca. Yes, sir. The prince is ready. Go to bed. Go into the bed. Thank you. Sir Mithras put his finger to his lips. You wouldn't want to attract the attention of knights, would you? There would be a bit of explaining to do then. I glare at him and then take a deep breath and lower my voice. You did not tell me that breaking Rod's curse meant killing someone. Oh, but I am honoring my end of the deal. Perhaps you should have done your research before agreeing. That hurt. The grin on his lips never wavers. I can see the amusement in his eyes. I replied entirely on the story Emily told me, and that was my biggest mistake. Should have read the full fairy tale. Now it seems you know the full story of the Princess Fairy Tale. To break his curse, Rod must kill his beloved with a knife his sister has brought to him, just like in the fairy tale. Sir Mithras continues to smile at me. He realizes he is speaking slowly, as one might speak to a child. So condescending. No! Wait! I realize Sir Mithras is purposely drawing out this conversation. Is purposely drawing out this conversation to stall me. I need to go. Sir Mithras does not stop me as I slide past him to open the doors to the throne room. The first thing I see is that when I enter the throne room is Rod. He's standing in the middle of the area with Emily in his arms. Is she alright? Rod gently places Emily on the throne. He leans to look closely at her sleeping face and then reaches out to take the object in her hand before facing me. I see the metallic glimmer in his hand and know that he's holding the knife that Emily brought with her. Where did she even get this knife? He pauses to stare at it, then suddenly turns, eyes widening at one sight in another part of the room. I follow his gaze to the corner as Viorca floats in midair, her eyes closed, her hands clasped together as if she's just sleeping. Bally, what do you want? Why are you meowing in the bathroom? I know, Belly. There's really good acoustics in there, but could we take a minute to realize that you're being very weird and very disruptive and being a freaking rum-tum tigress? And you know how much I hate the rum-tum tigresses. Yes, I hate them. I don't like that. Bye. Bye-bye. As if she's just sleeping. Viorca, but how? Such a pleasant surprise, isn't it? Sir Mithras walks into the room, his hands clasped behind his back. You! Good evening, Your Highness. This is your doing? Sir Mithras just smiles pleasantly. Rod just glares back at him. Guards! Sir Mithras clicks his tongue and chuckles. My apology, Your Highness, but no one will be able to hear you, no matter how loud you shout. Not even your witch friend can hear anything through my magic. He knows Dolores is here. I glance around the room and notice that Sir Mithras is creating his silent green barrier. This is the same magic used yesterday. Now, let's get to the matter at hand. You're running out of time, Prince Rod. It would be a shame to see you perish after the princess went through all that trouble asking me to save your life. Lucette, what is he talking about? The princess doesn't want you to die, so she asked me to help break your curse. Sir Mithras spreads his arms, gesturing to both Emily and Viorca. And so I've been kind enough to set the stage and gather its actors for what I hope is a wonderful finale. I can't help but wonder how this fairy tale will end. Why would you do this, Lisette? I did not know it meant killing Viorca, I swear. That's why I came here, to stop you. Told you so many times that there was nothing you could do to help me, yet you still refuse to listen to me. Because I refuse to let you die. Can you not see how you are... Can you not see that you are important to me, Rod? Oh my, what a scandal. Lisette. I turned to Sir Mithras and glared daggers at him. I asked you to help Rod. Why did you have to involve Emily in this? It's a necessary requirement that the princess is the one to give him the knife, Your Highness. It was, after all, the mermaid's sister that brought the knife to kill her beloved. So that's how she knew about all this. She came here crying, begging me to break my curse because she didn't want me to die. I almost wanted to do it. But I could never kill someone. That's why I always refuse to break my curse, even if I really want to live. Perhaps I miscalculated. Well, this can be remedied. Sir Mithras waves his hand. His fingers start to glow suddenly with magic. What are you? Ah! Rod! A faint glow surrounds Rod as he doubles over. What are you doing to him? What should I have done to begin with? The witch who cursed him said he must do this of his own accord. Seeing how he refuses, I'm having to bend the rules slightly. Rod stands abruptly, starts walking towards Viorca. The knife in his hands glistened beneath the patches of shattered moonlight in the room. Shh, Princess, he's gonna kill Viorca! Stop this, Sir Mithras! Where's Delora when we need her? I run towards Rod and wrap my arms around his waist in an attempt to stop him. But whether through magic or his own strength, he continues onward. I end up being dragged behind him. Rod, snap out of it! Rod! I must kill her. His eyes are glassy and his words almost so mechanical he sounds nothing of them like himself. No! Mithras, stop this! I'm ending our deal! My apologies, Your Highness, but not even I can dispel my own magic once it's been cast. It will only fade of its own volition. Once it needs to be done, only what needs to be done has transpired. That, or perhaps the unlikely circumstances that the prince will simply shake the spell himself. Sir Mithras' words were apologetic. His expression was anything but. In fact, he looks amused by it all. Not so fast. Delora! Not so fast. A crimson ball of light rushes to Mithras. He waves his hand through the air, unable to conjure a shield to protect himself from Delora's magic. Delora! It wasn't exactly easy to find you all, especially with that silence. Such a nuisance. But that's not important. Help me stop Rod! Frost slowly appears beneath Rod's feet, his leg freezing him in place. With a sigh of relief, I collapse on the floor. My arms are sore with the effort of trying to hold Rod back. Mithras clicks his tongue as he faces Delora. I don't believe you were invited to this play, traitor. Light gathered around Mithras' hand. Moments later, he releases the energy towards her. Delora, in turn, conjures a barrier, successfully protecting her from Mithras' magic. I always did fancy myself a party crasher. Still, to think that you were alive this whole time. Myth. Myth? His real name. He's one of the... Perhaps I did not give you enough time to cast another spell. How thoughtless of me. Delora lays on the floor, moving. Delora! I'm about to rush to her side when Mithras moves to stand in front of me with a malicious grin on his face. It will do you no good to be in denial, princess. How could you? How could you hurt another witch? It is not a crime to destroy a traitor. He looks back at Delora with clear disdain. Then he sets his eyes back on me and raises his eyebrow. It was foolish of you. Don't try and stop this. You wanted this, and I will not allow you to regain or renege. What the fluff is that word? And I feel like it's misspelled. Renege. Renege. I feel like that was supposed to be like some kind of reverse. I will not allow you to get out of our deal. Get out on our deal. The prince will break his curse and you will help me. Help you? Yes. I went through great pains to make sure Alcaster kept you safe so you could repay me. You said that you made a deal with Alcaster to borrow the knight's assistance. And what would I need the knight's assistance for, dear princess? I never needed the knights. However, I needed Alcaster to keep you safe. I would have gotten rid of him myself if it weren't for the if I wasn't sure the king would eventually find me. So this whole time you were only trying to keep me safe. To use me. Use is such a simple, ugly word. Remember, I just want you to help me. Princess! I turn around and realize that Delora's spell on Rod is faded, and that he's now only a few feet from Delora. For Laura. Rod! I force myself to run to him as fast as I can manage. I will not let you kill anyone. I do not know what I must do to stop him, but I do the first thing that comes to mind. I put myself between Rod and Bjorka just as he is about to plunge the knife into her. Princess! Oh. My body is wrenched with pain at the moment the blade sinks into my shoulder. I collapse to the floor, holding onto my injured shoulder. I can feel my blood seeping through my fingers. You fool! You could have been easily killed. I don't care. I love Rod, and I would never let him do something that he would regret for the rest of his life. I cringe. Tears cloud my vision as the pain worsens. The set! I feel Rod's arms around me as he cradles me to his chest. I look up to him to see his eyes transfixed on my bleeding shoulder. He looks at me with anguish. He grabs a handkerchief from his pocket and presses it to my shoulder. I can't believe I did this. I stare in shock as his lips move. It's not Shelby speaking, but him. Your voice. You broke your curse. Huh. But how? A bright light envelops us. For a few moments I have to close my eyes against its brightness. I reach out to grab my necklace, but it's gone. I open my eyes in a panic, but the necklace is definitely not there. The set, the glass slippers. I glance down to see a pair of smooth glass slippers at my feet. Oh, those are pretty. You broke your curse by breaking mine? I hear the sound of glass shattering, and I see Mithras staring at a broken vial. What is that? The frost began to form at his feet and now is spreading up his legs. What is happening? I always have a backup, they say. Seems you're the one who forgot the basics of combat. Never turn your back on an opponent unless you're sure that they're dead. Your boasted ego does wonders in turning tides of battle. Dolores, now up on her feet, walking towards Mithras. She dusts off her dress as she moves. Delora is unharmed? You, but how? Did you really think I would forget to conjure another shield? The frost is made up to Mithras' neck. Inconceivable, a lowly witch like you would never be able to cast this powerful a spell. Dolores gestures the glass shards on the floor. That's why Parfait's new special potion comes in handy. Makes my magic more powerful. The second most basic lesson is never underestimate your opponent. You look like you were a terrible pupil. Mithras opens his mouth to speak, or perhaps to scream, but by the time he opens his mouth, the frost has completely devoured him, leaving him nothing but an icy sculpture. Dolores, Lucette has her bleeding stopped? I think so. I can't make out what they're saying after that. My world starts spinning and everything starts to blur as I close my eyes. I feel Dolores' hand on my forehead. The warmth reaches me somehow. We got you, princess. Hang in there, Lucette. My body becomes heavier by the second as I lean my head against Rod's chest. And then I feel myself falling into a never-ending darkness. Oh, my room. When I open my eyes, the first thing I see is the soft breeze of sunlight seeping through the window. I am in my own room. I attempt to sit up, but I cringe as I feel the sharp pain in my shoulder. I reach out to touch it, but realize it's been neatly bandaged. Despite the injury, my body feels oddly light, stronger than it has been before. I remember. I place myself in front of Viorica to stop Rod from hurting her. But where did this energy come from? The door opens and Emily walks in with a tray of food in her hand. She stops as I realize I'm staring at her and nearly drops the tray in a rush to stand beside me. Lucette, you're finally awake. I was so worried about you. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. What are you talking about? That was mine, not yours. I remember bringing the knife to Rod, but can't remember much of what happened before or after that. Just like I woke up in the throne room and I saw that you were bleeding in Rod's arms and I thought you were going to... The rest of Emily's words break into pieces as she begins to cry. I'm so sorry for forgetting about you. I made you work so hard when you were my personal maid, and I shake my head and sigh. It was not your fault I was cursed, Emily. But I look at her tear-stained face. It turns out the person that I love just needed to love me back. I was mistaken. It never needed to be Viorica. I see. We stare at each other for a few moments, the awkward silence returning. I change the subject as quickly as I can. What became of Sir Mithras? Dolores brought him back to Lady Parfait. She's the one who will properly punish him. And what about Viorica? Dolores returned her to her home yesterday. She does not remember anything that happened. Everything is back to the way it was. You're back to being my stepbrother. I can't help but feel crestfallen at the truth. Blood binds, but so does sibling bonds. Rod and I can never have what either of us want. I don't want to forget these feelings I have for you, Lucette. If I had never made that deal with the witch, then maybe we might actually have been able to be together. But had you not been cursed, our paths would have never crossed. I reach for Rod's hand. He laces his fingers through mine with a small smile. I love you, Rod. I love you too. But Rod leans forward and kisses my cheek. I know. 1 month later. Ever since I broke my curse and became the new Tyrion bearer, I've been training under Parfait and Delora, so I can learn to control my newfound powers. I never wanted this responsibility, but it is a burden I was born into. It is necessary to help maintain the balance between the light and the dark that has been missing for so long. And now that I'm the new Tyrion bearer, Parfait wants the two of us to work together in maintaining that peace. I do not wish to cause any pain or suffering to the people, especially to the people whom I cherish. Sometimes I still wonder if Sir Mithras wanted me to do for him. But that is not important anymore. I still have so much to learn, but right now, as a new bearer, my priority is to get rid of the fairy tale curse once and for all. And you shut up. My phone keeps going off. It's like I should turn my phone off when I'm recording, but I can't in case someone calls. For the time being, everyone at Mitchin awaits patiently for the day that I can learn to lift their curses. Since everything transpired, my relationship with Ophelia and Emily has improved. Emily is fond of calling me the best sister, even though I'm the only one she has. My relationship with the king has yet to be mended. I'm doing my best to open up to him and give him a chance, but the efforts are slow going. I do not ask the way he acted in the way he did in the past, but I do know that in order to move forward, I must let go of the past. It's finally time. I've been waiting for this all day. I head back to my room to change my dress into something less conspicuous. Afterwards, I head into town, into the forest, in my designated meeting. It's a relief that the king allows me to leave the palace on my own. I would not be able to come here with guards. Guess me being the Tyrion bearer puts him at ease. If the title assures him and allows me to come out here on my own to meet Rod, then I'm not complaining. Rod still uses the secret passage that he always used to sneak out of the palace. Emily knows about our secret meetings and helps cover for our disappearances if necessary. It makes me happy that Emily approves of our relationship. I was just remembering how much you hated me back then, and now, here we are. There we go. Fate sure loves to toy with us. I smile at Rod. Just for a little longer. I want to be by his side. I do not know how long we can keep this up, but every day I wish for the same thing. I wish that I can live my life openly loving Rod. I wonder, would that dream ever be possible? Oh! We actually just finished. I thought there were more chapters. Okay, so I'll go to midnight. Oh, and now we're being shown the pictures that you get at the storyboard drawings that you always see in these Atomi games. But yeah, it's like after we finish watching this, I'm probably going to try and figure out what's going on with my equipment, because for some reason OBS is being a big old butt. So I'm going to have to try and see what I can do to fix it. I actually want to make a Chevy just for the hell of it, because that looks so damn cute. But I don't know where I'd find that kind of tartan fabric, because they don't sell the kind I like. Yay! We have all this. Ooh, there were kickbackers. Thank you to all of you guys for donating so this game could become a reality. Hey, I hope this is in alphabetical order. Okay, I actually like that guy's name because that seems funny. Thank you for playing Cinderella Phenomenon. So we finished Rod. Next week we will start Karma, because I think that's how it goes, is Rod, Karma, Rumple, like, am I gonna get some kind of like treasure or something for this? So yeah, Karma would be next, then Rumple, then Fitz, then Waltz. There's Rumple. Rod. Oh, I missed one somewhere. Maybe this is like one of those side storylines. I don't know. But I missed one. I missed one between the kiss and the ball. So I guess chapter 9. I'm gonna have to reread that one and get that later. Oh wait, there is a music room, so I can actually look at the music. Okay, so you actually unlock the music as well. Thank goodness. Yay, we have one. They have a freaking thing for bad endings too. Okay. So, thank you for joining me and finishing Rod's story for Cinderella Phenomenon. I will see you guys in the next video. Later.